Why do we have children? What gives us the right? Why do we put forth life into this world? Are the adults who are well off the only ones with the privilege to procreate? And more importantly, what is the purpose for ourselves and our offspring? This Is Us is a groundbreaking series that airs on NBC Tuesday nights at 9 p.m., 8 p.m. Central. Groundbreaking in that it breaks down racial and social stereotypes. Instead of vilifying or uplifting one group of people, it dares to expose the faults in all of us. The bedrock of this progressive series is its subtle and natural cinematography and its flashback technique, which constantly informs, surprises, and provides backstory of each interesting character. Even something as routine as the actor's makeup stand out as actresses Mandy Moore and Joy Brunson, who plays Deja's mom, transition seamlessly from young to old and vice versa. Season 2 of This Is Us forces us to take a long, hard look at ourselves in such a way that may even make us cringe. There's Kevin's struggle with drug abuse, overcoming rehab, and having to see himself through sober goggles for the jerk he used to be. Kate's weight loss battle, recent miscarriage, and previous eating disorder, her fiance's fight to actually belong in the family, and Randall's overwhelming anxiety that could be weighing on his marriage. And just for a moment, while we're on the subject of Randall, forgive me, but can we take a moment to admire the velvet Adonis that is Sterling K. Brown? Mm, but I digress. As of the last few episodes, we're now encountering one of society's very prevalent, very frowned upon, and very misunderstood taboos. Let's look at three bullet points that currently stand out: teen pregnancy, adoption, and sacrifice. In the latest episode, the writers finally gave us Deja's background by telling the story of her mother, Shauna, once again played by Joy Brunson. The scene opens with a 16-year-old child in the delivery room giving birth to Deja while joined by her grandmother, played by the seasoned actress Pam Grier. Through their dialogue, the audience is informed that Deja's mother has no one in her life but her grandmother, not even the child's father. Unfortunately, this is a narrative that some of us know all too well. In a previous episode, we see Deja being returned to her birth mother, and then both Deja and her mother sleeping in a car not too long after. This episode uncovers the cause of these unfortunate events and reveals the trickle down effect of poverty and a broken home. Deja's mom, 16 years of age with no father figure, after having Deja, continued chasing men that were no good for her or her child, all the while still neglecting Deja and eventually losing Deja to the system. I mean, study after study has proven that sexual activity is higher among adolescents in a fatherless home. Now enters a possible and a pretty obvious solution. I mean, why discuss a problem without intentions on solving it? Because of poor choices, Deja was taken away from Shauna and placed into the system, put into several homes, and eventually in the home of Randall and Beth. She fights to get her back, only for them to end up right back in the home of the Pearsons. Is a child better off being raised by their biological parents no matter what? Or is adoption necessary at times, even when the parent is physically and mentally able, just not financially? Is there any middle ground between Deja's mom and the Pearsons that will benefit Deja, who clearly loves both parties? Now, as we know, Randall himself benefited immensely from adoption, but with the occasional conflict from not knowing who his birth parents were. Finally, we start to see some sacrifice on Shauna's part when she finally relents and admits that Deja belongs in the Pearson's home. Sacrifice is both difficult yet necessary by its very definition. I'm certainly on the edge of my seat in anticipation for the outcome of this particular struggle as we witness some of life's difficult battles unfold before our very eyes. And I'm also interested to see what the writer's portrayal is along the way in each and every episode. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Tipsy Critic. Until we meet again.